So Patrick Dorgu is a man that keeps dividing attention within the fan base of Manchester United because of his position, and Patrick Dorgu has been a very fantastic player for Manchester United this season, especially between December, November, and also between the appointment of Michael Carrick. You're going to find out that Patrick Dorgu numbers actually increased and he started really playing well for Manchester United in all phases. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about his best position for Manchester United, because there has been a confusion if he's a left back or if he's a left wing back or if he's a left winger. And most recently, he has been used as a left winger and not a left back. So in today's video, we are going to be trying to analyze the best position for Patrick Dorgu and also the best games where Patrick Dorgu is going to feature for Manchester United. So if you're talking about the whole thing, first of all, one thing I had in mind while making this video is that Patrick Dorgu belongs on the left side of the pitch and not on the right side, because of course when Patrick Dorgu was in Lecce, he was used as a right winger most often. When Patrick Dorgu was Baltimore recently for Manchester United against Ipswich, I think his first game, Patrick Dorgu was used as a right winger before he's been switched to a left winger. So of course there have been a lot of debates about his his best position, but today we are going to be talking about that. And I feel why the confusion has been among the Manchester United fan base is because of he was bought as a left winger. So it's actually hard for the fan base to picture if he's a left back in the back four or if he's a left winger. And also, if you're actually talking about the best position that is going to really suit Patrick Dorgu for Manchester United, if you're being really honest, right now Patrick Dorgu is really suited to the left wing position. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Patrick Dorgu in different positions, in the left back position and in the left wing position, and then we are sort of going to pick the best position for Patrick Dorgu. And if you also look at the end to start action map of Patrick Dorgu, you're going to find out that he belongs on the left side. So guys, let's dive into this video and try to analyze Patrick Dorgu. And if you have not subscribed to Old Trafford, I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to this video as we get started. So let's look at Patrick Dorgu as a left back. So of course, before looking at Patrick Dorgu generally as a left back, let's actually try to analyze what is required as a left back in the Premier League and also in Michael Carrick's system. So you all know that Michael Carrick likes to play in a 4-2-4 build-up shape. And in the 4-2-4 build-up shape, you're going to find out that two defenders are going to go close to the goalkeeper, while two of the fullbacks are going to be significantly wide. So when the fullbacks are pushed very high, you're expecting them to receive the ball at any time. It's either you're going to receive the ball directly from your central backs or you're going to receive the ball directly from the goalies. So as a fullback in the Premier League, because a lot of managers like to play in a man-to-man press. So of course, as a fullback, you know you're going to be in a lot of pressure either before you receive the ball or after you receive the ball, and you're expected to receive this ball with an open body, and then you're expected to profile passing solution. So you picture in your head where Lemans or Lisandro Martinez passes to Patrick Dorgu, and then he receives the ball under a lot of pressure, and then he's trying to find passing solution. One of the passing solutions he's going to try to find, because in Manchester United, you like to overload a particular section of the pitch. And so, of course, when you as a left back hold the ball, you're going to imagine a situation whereby Kobe Mino, Bruno Fernandes, you're going to try to approach Patrick Dorgu and try to be close to him so he can give them a passing solution. So that's one of the passing solutions you should be expecting a fullback, in this case Patrick Dorgu, to give. And if he doesn't like to take that passing solution, a fullback can also be able to switch play over to the other side of the pitch, and then Manchester United can try to counter. And also, as a fullback, you're expected to have a very good relationship with your winger, to play that ball in behind for you and him to combine and play a lot of 1-2 and combination play. So in this case, let's actually look at what Patrick Dorgu has already done in general for Manchester United in the left back position. Firstly, you're going to understand that Patrick Dorgu is not a player that knows how to receive the ball a lot under pressure, because if you look, even mostly under Ruben Amorim when he was playing fully as a wing back, and you know, as a wing back, when your team is trying to build up, you have to drop deep to try to receive that ball. Patrick Dorgu was literally very shaky in terms of receiving this ball, and he was not really good. His trapping is not really refined. His ball control is not really refined. So it's hard for him to receive that ball with his back to goal and try to, turn. And then secondly, Patrick Dorgu doesn't know how to use his weak foot. When we are analyzing Lewis Hall, one of the features of Lewis Hall that we actually analyze is that he knows how to use his weak foot. So in a situation whereby he's being pressed man for man, he can be able to, put the ball to his right foot and then try to drive back into his left foot, and then he's going to beat 2 to 3 man. But Patrick Dorgu does not do this consistently because of his inability to use his weak foot. So that's another problem for Manchester United. So personally for me, using Patrick Dorgu as a left back is going to cause a lot of pressure to Manchester United, specifically because Michael Carrick likes to build up from the back. he's not a manager that likes to go long and win the second balls. He likes to build up from the back. So Patrick Dorgu is going to, if you're a fullback for Manchester United under Carrick, you're going to receive a lot of the ball. And so your ability to, move out of tight spaces, swivel out of tight spaces and pressure is going to let Manchester United build up efficiently. And so using a player like Patrick Dorgu on the left back position is going to put Manchester United into a lot of pressure. So the only way I see Patrick Dorgu playing as a left back for Manchester United and not causing us troubles is definitely if he's definitely refined. His ball control, his passing, his ability to find passing solution. Patrick Dorgu is not that kind of player. I think he doesn't know how to really find that passing solution. But I feel in terms of having the engine to run in behind, to play those one-touch passes, to make 1-2 combination, to cross, to score, to create assists, Patrick Dorgu definitely with time is also going to improve in terms of goals and assists. But I think in terms of helping us in that build-up phase, which is very, very important, he doesn't know how to do that. But to help us, particularly in the second phase, to do 1-2, in the final phase, to also try to create goals and assists, to have the engine to overlap, to help Matheus Cunha in this situation in the left wing, of course he's going to do that. But in terms of building up from the back, Patrick Dorgu is not the right left back for Manchester United. So Patrick Dorgu playing as a left winger is definitely different from playing as a left back, because as a left winger, Michael Carrick is pretty straightforward with the instruction and what he wants you to do. So as a left winger, of course, you're expected to receive that ball with your back to go, to also look after the ball, which is something Patrick Dorgu can do on the left wing. And of course, you know that, like I said initially, you're going to combine with Kobbie Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes, particularly because of the overlap on either the left side of the pitch or the right side of the pitch. This is something Carrick does pretty well. So when you have those overload, of course, you can do that combination. You could see that was how we scored against Arsenal. And also, as a left winger, you're required to constantly run in behind to receive that ball. And Patrick Dorgu has the engine to run in behind constantly to win this ball, because, of course, he's not a left winger that is a 1v1 specialist that know how to dribble or that has skills. But because of his ability to have this explosive pace, Patrick Dorgu can play as a left winger because he's going to constantly run at you. He's going to constantly cause problems to the fullback. So as a left winger, of course, Patrick Dorgu he has shown that he's able to play as a left winger for Manchester United, and even in Denmark recently, he has been utilized as a left winger. That tells you that as a left winger, Patrick Dorgu doesn't really have any issue as a left winger. And of course, you know that in the case of Manchester United, we want a 1v1 specialist because Patrick Dorgu can only feature in specific games. In a game where Manchester United are playing against a team that likes to play with the high line, like Manchester City, like Aston Villa, these are teams that like to play with high line. Arsenal, Chelsea, these are teams that likes to play with high line, and so you have this opportunity to always run in behind and try to counter them. Patrick Dorgu is going to suit in this sort of game. But using Patrick Dorgu as a left winger in a game where you want to break down low blocks, when you're playing against Nottingham Forest, against Everton, he's not really going to offer you much because he's not really refined in terms of playing the ball with his feet. But in terms of running in behind, trying to create goal and assist moments, of course, Patrick Dorgu is going to do that. So for me, Patrick Dorgu is only going to be a left winger for Manchester United next season in specific games and not all the games. And that is why I'm the notion that Manchester United should get a new left winger. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on the best position you feel that Patrick Dorgu should be playing for Manchester United. I want you guys to like, to subscribe to that Old Trafford. See you guys in my next video. Ciao.